This is TalkPosh. No, wait, hang on. No, this is not TalkPosh. Hang on, wait a second. Yeah, this is TalkPosh. Hello and welcome to TalkPosh, supported by Serpentine Green Shopping Centre. Tonight we discuss why Lopez started ahead of Shepherd, talk about the easy win over MK, and we see if Adam can beat me in a 9-dart challenge. Tactical sub tonight, just to get a bit of youth in, put him in the picture, put him on the market. Alex is in for Chris, so Chris is behind the camera tonight, and as usually we've got Ben, Adam and Del. Evening, boys.
Good evening.
Before we start, I have some money to put in the pot in the swear jar. We've got £2 from Steve Coulson, because he said about Madison a couple of weeks ago we weren't going to be negative, so there you go. And also we got a pound from, was it Ian Simmons? He gave it to you outside the ground once. Ian Simmons as well, pound for him. And I think we need to talk about a swear word tonight. Should it be something like offsides or But yeah, we'll think of a swear word. So if you say it at home, you're gonna have to pay into the swear jar, which goes to the Free Kicks Foundation. Right, before we talk about the MK game, let's have a quick look at the fan interviews from the draw at Walsall.
Unlucky. I think we bossed the second half. They got a lucky goal. Had to be Otsuma, didn't it? Yeah. But okay, we haven't got the best record here, but we'll take a point. I'm not sure about the offside goal, but I was too busy celebrating it, to be fair. So on to the next one.
I think it was a good goal, the one that was disallowed. Better second half again. Need to sort out first half performance. Shepherd, I think, should have started, but point away from home, can't grumble.
First half, we were rubbish, to be fair. But then, second half, when Graham can change the formation and brought in Shepherd for Lopez, Shepherd changed the game completely.
Would you have started with Shepherd ahead of Lopez then?
Yeah, after choose a game, of course I would. But but Lopez is always in ahead of Shepherd.
I think we were all over him and looking to get a result today. I thought we should have won. We got robbed by the linesman.
Well, you thought the officials were really bad today?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they're all.
I thought we played okay. We were a little bit unlucky in the first half not to score, but then Ostona, his goal I thought was Bond's fault. He should have pushed the ball out for the corner. And then I thought when our goal came in, it was actually our worst period of play. And then after that, was only going to be one winner, and we were robbed by the linesman. Good work from Madison, nice kicks through, clearly onside and chalked out. So disappointing, but away points always.
Yeah, there we go. Good. That was obviously the guys talking about the Walsall game. But let's first go back to the Tuesday night game against MK. We're going to start with a new kid on the block over in the corner. Do you remember the new kid on the block? You probably don't, do you?
NKO TV or something.
Yeah,
did he go, or was it past his bedtime?
Come on, I don't know. What time did he?
Don't embarrass me like this.
Should we send him? Send him up. Start with you, mate. What do you think of the MK game, buddy?
I said straight away that as soon as if we score one, we'll score more. Unfortunately, we didn't score as much as I thought we would. But clean sheet against rivals. Some people think they aren't. Some people think they are. So yeah, 2-0 win. Madison goal. I'm trying very carefully not to say the nickname of their team.
What is it?
Yeah, what's their nickname?
I don't know. Ben knows, I think. But yeah, 2-0 win. Thought we played well. Guion, lovely bit of skill out wide. Chipped it over him, and then also the roulette. So yeah.
I think you're right. I think we played decent, played half decent, but how bad were MK done?
Yeah.
Come on, 50p's halfway.
By the way.
But how bad were they? I thought that was the worst MK team to come to London Road ever. The team was bad. The support was appalling. 300 fans.
Oh,
unbelievable.
317. They got 17 walk-ups.
Well, I actually think the management team got it wrong. I think they actually sent the wrong team to the reserve game the following day. 6 goals. But no, I thought MK were really poor. But Madison, was very good, wasn't he?
He was fantastic, and like I say, I think I'm not going to say. Yes, they were a poor team, but I don't think any team was fantastic in the first half. I don't think we looked brilliant. I mean, Guion had that chance when he did that bit of skill and cut inside. He had that bit chance to score in the first half, but realistically, I think 0-0 at half time was probably a fair result.
Alan, sorry, 2 seconds. Can you just saying about hissing and stuff, guys? Can you just tell us how bad it is? If it's that bad that you can't listen, I'll have to go off and see what I can do.
If it is really bad, just turn us down a bit so you can still hear us. It could be that you've got us on too loud. Could be. Don't hold me to that.
Okay, carry
if
on.
If there's a problem, we'll start using sign language.
We're talking about MK, aren't we? Alright, so I'll start.
No, but like I say, realistically, I mean, the first half on Saturday as well, which we'll cover in a minute, I thought they were pretty much two identical halves, really. We didn't look like our pressing forward. We'd go back in at half time, we'd come out second half, and it's exactly the same if we rewind even further back to Bradford. We came out second half and was fantastic. So I really, I don't know what's going on in the first half. It's like we're not anticipating the opposition. But McCann's already come out after this Saturday, just gone and said he chose the wrong team. So I don't know what we're doing wrong in the first half.
I don't know. Perhaps I think we'll get there. It's getting the right structure for the right team. Sorry, the right formation. Who we're playing against. You know, clearly against MK, it weren't particularly great. Second half, I thought just totally different. First half, we'll go back to individual players. I thought Guion, I really can't say his name.
Edwards. I thought you had to say his name.
Yeah, I know you taught me. I taught you lots of things.
Were you not singing his new song?
Nah. So anyway, Edwards, first half was absolutely superb. Really good. I thought Maddison was consistent in the first half, but come the second half of the game, whereas it seems like Edwards sort of, I wouldn't say he deteriorated, but he wasn't quite as good as he was the first half. Maddison upped his level. I actually think the sponsors got the man of the match award wrong.
Yeah, for Saturday, for Tuesday, back to Guion as the man of. But this is the problem. We're having second half man of the matches.
Yeah. And
that's how it's been for the last 3 games, really. You know, we can't. We're looking back to 4 games ago when we played Northampton. We had a fantastic 90 minutes. We go back to Rotherham. I felt like we were playing. I just don't know where I'm feeling like the first half there's an edge going, and is it worrying? Because if we're yet again against Bradford 3-0 down at half time, it's a big claw to claw back in the second half when we are proving to ourselves that we're becoming a second half team, aren't we?
Yeah, well, Bradford was a strange one. Bradford, I think, just figured us out, to be honest. But the really encouraging thing is that when we are having these first halves, we've got a manager who is changing things. He's changing the players, he's changing positioning, and he's finding a way that we are playing better in the second half as a result. I mean, I'm happy to give up a first half a lot of the time if it means figuring out the opposition first. If he's going to come out the second half and we're going to attack.
I guess what you're saying is if you could take it back, say, a year, 2 years ago, we wouldn't be making them changes till 65, 70 minutes.
A year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, Saturday's match would be a perfect example. Someone behind me was in the last 10 minutes just going on constantly about convinced, right, Walsall are going to go and score now, Walsall are going to score now. And that was how that was the mentality from the last few seasons, admittedly. But no, I sat there and I didn't think that. And same with MK. Once we got on top, they were not coming back, and they weren't coming back to it.
I actually thought that could have been a lot more than just a 2-0. It really could have been a lot more. And keep going back to it. The second half performances are more enjoyable at the moment than watching the first halves in probably most games this season.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, like I say, we can't argue too much. You know, we're still. I don't know how we're 5 points behind Shrewsbury at the minute, but we are. But we're still in a very decent position, and we just need to work on that. Saturday is our biggest test that we've had. But like I say, I mean, that's Milton Keynes, I think, pretty much covered. And then so I mean, we'll move on to Walsall. Might as well just but we'll move on to Walsall, and it was a completely different game. You know, we went behind, and that's the first time we've actually come back from behind this season to gain any sort of point.
Well, to be fair, as we know what's going to come up, it should have been 3 points.
It was, and I'll tell you what, if anybody heard, the man of the match for Walsall was obviously
Can't say.
The swear
The
word
little
for
man.
tonight.
Little
But-
man.
He reminded me of what Maddison was doing last year. Not doing much during the game, but he had a couple of little moments. Obviously, he hit the crossbar in the first half and scored the goal. Apart from that, what else did he do?
He did do a
No,
lot.
he
did a lot.
threw himself down a lot.
He did
He
throw
threw himself
but he
down
didn't
an
do a great
awful
deal,
lot.
But he was given man of the match.
He still
He
won a
reminded
head.
me-
He still won a header against Lopez, though, didn't he?
Well, don't worry about that. But he still got man of the match. My point is, we was given like Maddison man of the match last year for doing the same things, only having a couple of little superb moments, but not doing much for the rest of the game. Whereas at the moment, Maddison, changing the subject totally, is a bit of a different player, putting the effort in. I thought he's tracking back again on Saturday.
It was unbelievable.
It was good.
I think
It's hurting
everyone.
me to
Yeah.
say, it's hurting me to say how much that player has changed. But fair play to you.
Why is it hurting you? Because you can see that it's
Because it's making me stupid.
Well, it is from last season. But then people that were saying McCann's not the right person last season, maybe eating their words at the start of this season. I think it's fantastic to see how Maddison is, because it's the player that people would want to buy, and it's the player that he's a championship player the way he's playing at the minute.
I fully agree. He deserves. His mentality. So his skill deserves him to be playing up there. His mentality wasn't. At the moment, the first 6-7 games of this season, come the January transfer window or even the end of the season, perhaps he'll get the move that he deserves.
100%.
I always like to see people, our players, go on and progress. And Maddison's no exception. I'd like him to go and play for a bigger team. His talent deserves it. Just keep that temperament going, and he'll get it.
You say you want him to progress, but we can't let him progress past this season. I mean,
No,
before
I
the end of the
understand
season,
that.
and
You know
that's the
what I mean,
worry. Yeah, I completely
It's like
understand.
Brit some longer. We could talk about loads. Grant, Gale, Bennett at Norwich. When they improve, when they sort of go up the next level, you've got to give them the sort of thank you very much and good luck. Wish them well.
100%. So
He's
You want to welcome me back?
He's back from injury.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry.
Rest called him
Offside.
off.
Cheers.
So I mean, we might as well cover it, because it's been a massive talking point over the last 48 hours. I've never seen a decision with the offside like it. Now, when he first obviously gave it offside and put it straight back down, I said to my mate who was in front of me while everyone was celebrating, I said, "Don't." I said, "I can see what's happening."
Yeah, I did the same. I
I
stopped
can
celebrating.
honestly say that I
Yeah.
did not celebrate the junior goal, which should have stood, because I could just tell what was happening. But it's such a... I can't really recall him giving an offside, putting it straight back down because it's not offside, to then having a chat. Now, without video evidence, what did they talk about? This is what I want to know, and it's what I want people
I
to...
think where the confusion come in with them is there was a deflection off a home player, which means it's irrelevant. But I think that somehow in their head that deflection came off a Posh player.
But even if it was, and he's not...
If it had come off a Posh player once Junior's moved in front of the last defender,
Correct.
it is offside. But it didn't hit a Posh player. There wasn't a Posh player anywhere near
I
it.
don't think
But they saw a deflection, and I think they've just made an assumption.
They got it. It was totally wrong.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close to being offside, in my opinion.
No, it wasn't. It was a good yard behind.
Or 50-50. It just wasn't even close.
Even if the deflection had been off a Posh player, it still wasn't offside. Yeah.
I don't think he was actually offside until he actually touched the ball and it was in the back, in that
Well,
position.
therefore, he wouldn't have been offside.
Well, exactly. But what I'm saying to you is absolutely. But also, what is annoying is, and I've said it as well, that's two decisions that have gone against us this season. So
Quite clearly, that official knew he got it wrong. Once that decision had been made, he got it wrong. Every single decision after that, he got wrong. Whether it was for Peterborough or whether it's for Walsall, every single one. He was just flustered, panicked.
I think the main thing with that is, though, as a linesman, what you should do, you should just be straight with your decision. Okay, if you're going to put your flag up, keep your flag up. It's the dithering for me as well that puts people off, isn't it? You're putting your flag, you're putting it down. You're like, well, make a decision and go with that decision, right or wrong. But it was the wrong decision. But I think you just got to.
We've never seen it done like in that sort of way before, though.
That's what I mean.
It was just wrong. At the end of the day, if he's going over to the linesman, you have to believe that he's going to talk to him, so he's going to go with the line's decision, and the line's original decision was to say that it was a goal. So it seems like it's the ref who overruled the linesman, even though he went with that decision in the first
It's just
place.
a whole strange.
It didn't. I think they just. I don't know. They just. Has anyone said anything since about it?
Well, no, because they won't do though. That's the thing. It's they're very quick to fine managers and stuff like that when they criticise a ref for making a decision. But they should come out. All too often, referees don't come out and say and speak about their wrong decisions or a decision that has gone wrong. And they should do. Why shouldn't they? They should do, shouldn't they?
They should, but in another way, we talk about technology. I don't know if we've got that up later, but we talk about technology. I personally don't want to see technology, because if we had technology, we wouldn't have these talking points.
But there's far too much money in the game not to have it now.
We just need better officiating.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to get it down to this level, though, is it? Look at the
Well,
goal
of course
line.
you can.
Well, goal line technology is not down at this level.
Rugby league is a smaller game than normal league football is. On the grand scale, it is. They have it. Cricket has it.
So why don't we have goal line technologies? Because we can't afford it.
But there is goal line technology.
No, sorry, in League 1 and League 2.
Dan's already said about
£6,000 a year, 600 games.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
No, but you're
too much money.
But you're saying £6,000 a match. On a match day, if you take into account all the gate receipts, everything that's spent at the game, that's almost £250,000 coming towards.
But all,
£6,000 in
all League One clubs will have to have it, and there will be some people that won't be willing to pay that £6,000 a match.
Can you see Accrington Stanley being able to afford it?
Well, no, they can't.
And
is that fair? So, is that fair to put it in place if one team can afford it and one team can't?
Well, no, but then you could subsidise the clubs that can't actually afford it, and the football league's up to that. They've done it before in the past, where some clubs pay for some things, and the football league and other people come along and they help with extras, like our stand, the Freeman stand. Yeah. That wasn't paid for by us. We got a massive grant for that of about £1.5 million at the time, something like that.
I think it is what it is. We can't change it. I mean, you even go back to the Premier League, you know, Man City, Watford. Man City had 2 goals which were miles offside, and that's in the Premier League. So the Premier League officials are going to be higher standard than obviously League One.
But once again, more reason why we should have it, because those decisions are multi-million-pound decisions.
Correct. I mean, I think, like I said, we just need to sweep it under the carpet now, forget about it. But I mean, it's something that is another massive talking point, and Grant's already said that he regrets the team he put out in the first half.
Good link, mate. Well done for that. I love that.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about it. Have we talked about the formation of what we put out on Saturday? It was a strange one for me, and especially let's talk about the formation first and the personnel that he done, and then let's talk about the one thing I want to talk about is Shepherd. So let's talk about Alex. What do you think about the formation after playing so well in the second half, or in the match on Tuesday with the 4-4-2? Why change it?
For me, I think to mention the formation, you have to mention the Lopez and Shepherd situation. For me, it's an insult to Shepherd to drop him after the game he had in his natural position for a player that's never played right back. Right wing back slightly different because there's 3 central defenders, and the 2 wide defenders can push out to help that position. When you've only got 2 centre backs, if Taylor goes across to help Lopez, you've got a massive hole in the middle. So Lopez is more stranded on his own as a right back. So to take Shepherd out, what does that say to him? Saying, we're going to play someone who's never played right back before, doesn't have much defending capabilities. While it's got better, and a lot better since last season, he can put in a shift at wing back and help out defensively. He is not a natural right back.
And I'm sure Grant McCann would have said at the start of the season, look lads, you're playing for your places here. If you have a good game, you're going to keep your place. I bet he did, because that's what managers tend to do.
So why is he in the team still? Is it just because it's the we've been winning mentality? Because that's not good enough, especially after Shepherd put in the display he did against MK as well. I mean, we all turned up, we all saw the lineup when it came through on our phones, and it was like, Leo's back in?
Yeah.
So what is really infuriating is the fact that against MK, Leo got to play in midfield. Was it? And then he played well, and he showed what he does in his natural position even better. So let's just keep him to one side now. Try and fit him into there. If injuries, suspensions, we're going to have it. He's going to get a chance. But to stick him at right back all the time just ain't going to work.
I agree. I think Shepherd, he's got to start on Saturday without a shadow of a doubt. He had a good game. Well, both the last couple of games he's played really, really well. It would be, I wouldn't say an insult, but he deserves to start. You played the right player in the right position. And he looked very good against Walsall when he came on. A couple of nice crosses he put in as well as a right back, whatever position he was playing in. You've got to use your right players in the right position.
Do you notice that every time he laid it off to whoever was to his right, and straight away bombed straight into the box every single time. Yeah, and we were covering across for him as well. So
I mean, obviously McDonald's come out and said that he's made mistakes with a lot of starting lineup. Now, obviously, the two subs which he brought off at half time was Leo, and he also brought Anthony Grant off. Personally, I'd have brought Anthony Grant straight back in because I think he's played fantastic all season.
Yeah.
So, is that one of the ones that you were saying that he made wrong? Because obviously he brought Forrester on the second half, and Forrester made an impact again.
was Grant just a sub, or was he injured at all? Because
No,
someone
he
told me he had
was
a knock or something.
He was booked, and I think he didn't.
No, he weren't.
Grant
got.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's doing it sarcastically. No, yeah, I think that's why he took Grant off, was because of that yellow. The thing is, Forrester came on, and luckily I was sat with Dell, and his language was colourful enough to realise that Forrester wasn't playing the best when he came on. For me,
apart from his cross was super.
His cross was good. His cross was good.
It just felt with Forrester. He played well against the other team on Tuesday night. Pretty good though, wasn't it? But on Saturday, it just seems first touch was all over the place. He seemed so predictable what he wanted to do with the ball. I could read it, and I don't really know much about football, so it was just so predictable. But then he got down the right wing, put a nice cross in.
Why are you on this show if you don't know much about football?
Well, keep you boys in tow.
Cope last year.
Ooh.
Right, let's have a look just at a quick few things that's going on here.
Before you do that, talking about team formation.
We can multitask, we're not women.
Yeah, I know, but I'm sitting down and
Right, okay.
Miller on Saturday. Should he start or should Morias come back in?
Personally, I think Miller had a very quiet game.
Very quiet game.
You weren't there.
Say that on camera?
No.
When actually is he there?
I don't know.
Hey?
Anyway,
When actually is he there?
Morias needs to start again.
Definitely.
He'd done nothing wrong to be dropped in the first place. Miller's been given almost a game and a half, etc., to have a crack. I think he needs to sort of take a step back now, bring Morias back in, get a winning form mentality back, and then Miller can sort of start coming in from
The thing with Miller is, if he starts again on Saturday, he's going to have that mentality, well, that's it, I've served my ban, I'm straight in the team. And it's not what you want.
It shouldn't be like that.
You want him coming on, you want him fighting for that place, but at the minute he's just gone straight in there. Now, I agree, straight with you, that probably Saturday should be Marriott and Morias up front.
Yeah, should be.
I agree,
I think it will be, if I'm honest. I don't see him starting Miller ahead of him on Saturday.
Saturday is our biggest game on paper so far this season.
And we'll talk about that game in a second, Adam. But first, I think we should move on to what happens next. So get your guesses into what you think this Posh-related incident. Okay, so lads, did want to see that?
I'm looking now.
Have a little look. What do you reckon?
I can see there's a really dirty team on the pitch.
Is that
So
Jimmy
Jimmy
Quinn?
Jimmy Quinn. So who's the teams? Who are they playing, Ben?
Is that PSP
It's
United?
Skull, wasn't it?
It wasn't
Posh and Skull.
Posh
Or was it Hull?
Posh Barnet.
Oh, right.
So
I'm
what
on the
happened
small
next?
screen here.
What happened next then?
We win 9-1.
On a big screen now, look.
No, 9-1 wasn't Jimmy Quinn, was it?
No, that was
That was
Frank Giaffa.
Giuliano.
That's it.
Grazioli.
Well, I think, Ben, you're doubting yourself, mate. You're doubting yourself because it is.
Was the 9-1?
Jimmy Quinn gets headbutt and then Posh go on to win 9-1. Okay, good. No one got it at home. Ben sort of got it, but doubted himself. You shouldn't doubt yourself.
What
Ben.
year was
You shouldn't
that?
doubt yourself.
90.
99.
Oh, I was only a little baby. I was stood right at the back as
Was
well.
it
with my
98,
first Posh
98,
line.
99.
Yeah.
Because
It's 99 2000 was promotion.
So I was about 7 then, and I
I didn't
remember.
go to that game. I was at 1 o'clock. We was all planning to go down there because I was working till 12:30, and then one of my mates was ill, and we decided, we won't go. Gutted, absolutely gutted.
Did you hear what happened that day as well?
Yeah, we won 9-1.
No, not on the way to the ground. Someone committed suicide on the tracks and it stopped the tube trains. So a load of Posh fans never made the game.
When we, I saw them. It was like Gillingham's away end as it is now, isn't it? It was scaffolding, no roof, and it rained.
Yeah.
It was a dodgy ground.
It's a better ground now.
Yeah, so that was Posh, like we said, Posh versus Barnet. Barnet getting absolutely smashed by us 9-1. Let's hope that happens again on this Saturday when we play Wigan, Dale. Just talked about it a minute ago, talked about formations, what kind of people will play in different positions. Dale, what would you do, mate? If you're the gaffer, you're Grant McCann, what are you doing on Saturday?
Lose weight.
Well, I'm actually there Saturday, unfortunately.
Then your training tops might fit.
Do you know what? I'll choose to ignore that one. Just this one. And as to be fair, it's probably the last retro shirt I can wear.
That's what I mean.
Because all of my others are just a little bit too tight, Sean. All right. So yeah.
Phone you. Wigan, mate.
Yeah,
talking about Wigan.
Yeah, well, Wigan. I'd go 4-4-2. Personally, I would have Shepherd obviously a right back, as already said. I would pop Miller back on the bench. I'd have Morris back up top. Grant back in the middle.
I think Junior, he's under like we just said about Miller. Miller's kind of thinking if he starts and he's settled in, he's got that first vote. Junior comes on and he's fighting for his place now, which is the healthy competition you want. And you saw when he came on Saturday, he was chasing lost balls. He was just obviously he's got a lot more energy in because he was only on for 20 odd minutes. But I think it really is the togetherness and the competition that this club needs, and to have that strength. As strikers, especially, it's only going to help us out.
No, it's right. I mean, and we've got players all over the pitch. You know, the midfield. You know, Anderson wasn't even on the bench.
Well, McCann did say after when did he come on? He came on second half against Bradford, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said that Anderson himself felt like he played for 2 hours. So he said he's about a couple of under 21 games away. So he went on the bench against MK on the Tuesday. But he played in a reserve fixture on the Wednesday. So I think Anderson we're going to see
but the point
end of September.
The point I'm making, we have got some very, very good competition for places.
Look, Shettle isn't even getting a look in, is he?
Is he? Yeah, he's
I realised that. Yeah. You didn't know either.
I forgot. But no, he's looking good. You know, let's not be too critical of getting a draw against Walsall when we perhaps should have got a win. Overall,
it's in the past now.
It's exciting times. It really is exciting times. I still think we're punching above our weight, being in second position. If I'm honest.
What Shrewsbury doing then?
Punching above our weight.
Massively punching. I mean,
but their squad isn't very strong.
That's like you and your girlfriend, Adam.
What?
Punching.
Which one?
Which girlfriend?
What? He punches his girlfriend.
Which one? Punching.
So what is it? Pick on each other like that? I'm fat. You're a wife beater.
No, I'm just thinking it must hurt to punch plastic.
I don't know. Right, let's get back.
Right, good.
We've got loads to cover still.
Keep going.
I don't know what we're talking about. Wigan.
Yeah, so we're saying because really Wigan are going to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season, aren't they?
100%. They've just. I mean, you look back. They beat Bristol Rovers on Saturday, and Bristol Rovers down to 10 men again for the 4th time this season. But they're starting to graft results out.
At the same time, do you think that because of the way Wigan have been playing and the way they do play, that maybe we'll end up having to go back to a back three as opposed to starting with a 4-4-2 or anything like that? We might need to bring Baldwin back in,
I think the way
which means one of the midfielders is going to get dropped as well.
The way we've got to look at it is that we're unbeaten at home, bar Bradford. So we're not so we're not actually unbeaten at home.
So basically about 50-50.
Yeah. So, but against Wigan, we need to push more. We need to have that first half.
It needs to be first half for me, yeah, because we haven't.
If we have a great first half and we switch our first and second halves around this week, I think that's going to benefit us more because Wigan have got a strong side, you know. And
I think they come back stronger towards the end of a match. So I'd rather have a better second half than a better first half.
But we could be 3-0 down at half time again, couldn't we?
Yeah, but we could concede 3 in the second half. Then it's the same
thing,
isn't it?
I know where we're all coming from, but it's. I think this Saturday is a big test.
Yeah,
not just for keeping the position that we're in, because you know at one point on Saturday I was looking at the live table and we're down to 5th, which is the lowest we've been down.
Look
the season.
outside
Where is
it's 4 and 17.
Exactly, but with the goals we're scoring, and like I said, we're going to do we will score one more than you score, and that's the mentality we're going to have all season, and it's a good mentality to have. But no, like I said, if we even get a draw on Saturday against Wigan, I think that's a good result for us.
It's a great result.
But I think we will be pushing towards the win this weekend.
Let's have a look what people are saying. Paul was saying 4-4-2 we should play, or then he goes 4-3-2-1. Oh, good, like it. Ian Gale 5-3-6-1. No, I don't think it can happen, mate. He also owes us £1 for swearing. Cheers, Ian. Appreciate that. Simon says all Posh needs to do is to win Saturday's play 4-4-2 and get the drummer Jacko to play some beats when we played Southampton a few years ago.
It's probably Simon's last game, so.
Oh, really? Good stuff. So, what we will do next is a brand new feature. Ben's really excited about it. So we're going to test our knowledge on the upcoming team. So we're going to test our knowledge on Wigan. And it's 10 questions, and it's on the buzzer. Boys, get your buzzers ready. Good buzzers. Good buzzers. Looking good. Great mermaid, Dale. Great mermaid. Right, on the buzzers then. First question. What is the nickname?
Can't do that.
No, he's in.
No, you can't answer that.
Go on then.
The Latics.
Correct. 1-0 to Dale.
That's not true.
Is it not?
No, they're called the Ticks.
Shut up.
Did you give me the answers? Oh.
Thanks, mate. Point down.
I'm sure you do have Latics, but they've also named it the Ticks.
Five.
Right,
They've
I've
actually
got
named it the
I've got a point. Move on.
They're here. Now, can I keep these?
Hang on, no, pass them there, because if that's the Ticks, I want that point.
Can
It's
I
fine.
just keep it?
Because honestly,
Okay. Right.
You just want me to stand here longer with this thing, didn't you?
Right, it's the Latics.
Thank you.
Okay. Question 2. Who is the current manager? Alex.
Paul Cook.
Correct. 3. Who is their current top goal scorer?
Nick Bowell.
Good. Well done. What was the score when Posh played Wigan at the A-backs last season?
1-0.
No.
No, we lost 3-2.
No, you can't have two answers.
You can't have two guesses.
We lost 3-2.
Correct. In which season did Posh beat last? In which season did Posh last beat Wigan?
2009.
No.
It was.
it's not, it's 2010.
No.
The year after.
2011.
No.
2012.
2008.
No.
No, they were in the Prem.
This, by the way, I didn't write this quiz. Chris did.
You ain't writing it next week.
Any more guesses? Early.
14.
Early 2000s.
And 2.
2002.
No.
No, 2006.
No.
7.
Oh God, it's 2000.
One.
God.
One. I just didn't know.
So I was closest to technically I was right. Go on, carry on.
What was the score?
Well, if you don't even know what year it was.
2-0.
Correct.
Oh, what? What a guess.
So, how many former Posh players are there?
2.
Oh, I knew that!
Yeah,
Who? Craig Morgan
And?
Callum Elder.
Yeah,
Alex.
well
So
done,
I get 3 points for that?
Yeah.
I actually revised that earlier today.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that one because I do it every week.
That's
don't I?
because you do nothing at work. That's why.
Bloody hard.
Yeah, looking at Wigan
That wasn't
stats.
swear.
Question 8. How much did Posh sell Jimmy Bollard?
What?
350.
Incorrect.
Oh,
250.
Incorrect.
275.
275, but he didn't bang his buzzer.
Thank you.
There you go.
Oh,
Adam.
it was 275 plus add-ons that come at 350. Thank you, I'm right.
Chris is the question master. What do you reckon, Chris?
I'm right.
Well, initial fee was 275, so.
Thank you.
Okay.
And he didn't bang his buzzer.
Question number 9. What is the capacity of the DW stadium?
25,000.
138.
Very Incorrect. Incorrect.
25,136.
Incorrect.
If you say 25,133,
Correct.
then that's their highest attendance against Man United.
That was the.
25,100
Against Man United, you didn't do any revising today for this, did you? You said, yeah, that's what I thought.
It's actually 25,138.
Good. Right. The last question, and I think it's quite tight between Dell, all of you. I don't know what the scores are. Last question. Which football league ground is located closest?
Stockport.
They're not football league.
Incorrect.
I'll bang.
Yeah. No. Hang on. Incorrect. Dell.
Goodison Park.
Incorrect.
Shit.
Rochdale.
Incorrect. Dell, you owe £1.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear the end of the question first because I'm on my own.
No. Which football league ground is located closest to the DW stadium?
Blackburn.
No.
Bolton.
Well done, boys. Good.
Can we just point out there is actual no prize apart from pride?
There is no prize.
Well, I was
and
like,
that was
we're
probably
going
the
this.
best feature that we have ever had on this show. Steve Colson said, "This is the worst boy band ever." I think you might be right, mate.
Take offence to that, Steve. And Steve, I'm not taking it Saturday.
I think Dell's a better drummer, though. To be fair, I think you should take him.
You put it to more use than his one.
And in rhythm.
Right, let's go prediction league then. Let's have a look at what the table is. I predicted 1-1, so I moved up the table. I'm now in third. We've got Nassif still at the top of the table. Ben, you're still fourth, mate. We've got Tom Lee in fifth. Adam James, you're in seventh. So well done to all you members to get your predictions in.
You know what's annoying? We didn't do the prediction for the Milton Keynes, but we did it between us, and I got 2-0 from Milton Keynes, didn't we?
I think I got 2-0.
We were saying someone got Taffazoli first of all, wasn't it?
No, Taffazoli first was for Saturday. Yeah, and it was MK who did it.
Right, that's the league table. Let's go predictions. Start with Alex. Wigan versus Posh, or Posh versus Wigan. Alex, go for it.
3-2.
So
To us. I can't say we're ever going to lose. 3-2 to us, and I'm going to go for Marriott because he's not scored in a while.
Ben.
2-2 Junior.
Adam.
Just because I'm miles behind, 1-0 to Wigan.
I don't think we can accept that.
I think you need to put a tenner in that swear jar.
I think you need to fill it up.
Turner, that's 3.5 hours work, right?
Well, there's no need.
You want to get some pocket money off your mum? I'll have a word later. I'll go.
What? Hang on.
I've got 1-0 Wigan.
And where's his scorer?
Will Grigg.
Oh, right, yeah.
Who's on fire? Scored his first goal.
Scored his first goal for a year, but he wants 20 this season.
There's now a position available on the show after that comment.
I know, you go to America on Saturday.
I'm going to go 4-3 Peterborough, and I'm going to go Junior.
I'm going to go 1-0 Peterborough, and I'm going to go Taffazoli. Good stuff. Right, remember to look out for the tweet and Facebook posts later on. You are, Adam?
No, I'm very hot and flustered.
Look for the Facebook and... you put me off, mate. Let's go to the 9 dart challenge. It's Adam's turn this week. Let's have a look at it.
It's the kind of beat to go.
Hi, I'm Adam, and this is TalkPosh 9 Dart Challenge.
This is where he gets the 180. Woo! 82. Ben smashed it.
So it's actually worse than
82, Adam. 82, mate.
You did put me on a day I was very hungover.
Yeah.
Isn't that every
Adam.
day?
No, I do work.
82. So Adam goes into second place on the magnificent
magnetic
TalkPosh board. You can't even see it, but I'm top on 116. Adam's on 82. Remember, if you want to take part in it, let us know. We also should hopefully get some ex-players on it as well. Good stuff.
You need to be sending your things in because if you can't beat 82
with 9 darts.
Well, actually, I've not gone yet, so 82 should be an easy figure to beat. But send your videos in. Let's get the board filled up.
Absolutely. Coming up in a second is the Bet of the Week, sponsored by Head to Head Barbers. But first, we need to tell you the right winger that made it to the TalkPosh pre-DMAC 1 to 11. And the winner was, as voted for by you,
Mr. Wall Sterling.
Wall Sterling. Well done, Wall. Good stuff. Lads, what do you reckon of Wall? Probably not speak to Alex at the end. Ben?
He's a good enough choice. There weren't really an abundance of right wings at the club. I voted personally for Bobby Barnes, but I would have put Worrell after him. So
literally one vote between it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was one vote between it.
So you're going to bench them?
Yeah.
They were pretty similar players, to be honest. I mean, wing-wise, neither one stood out above the other.
Yeah, I think, and also Worrell Sterling, he was probably the longevity. He was with us a lot longer than what Bobby Barnes was.
And he didn't play for Northampton either.
Yeah, that No, I think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
Good.
So next week we're going to go for centre midfielders. I think I know who's going to win it. Ben, any ideas?
Obviously, I'm going to go straight for Mickey Housel. But there are other ones. You've got Steve Castle, could be in there. I mean, Simon Davies. So there's quite a few.
Mick Gooding is one season wonder. You know, when Mick Gooding and Mick Horsell first come together that first season. Have a look at some videos. That's superb. Mickey Horsell's got to be in. He's got to be in. He's a all-time favourite.
I'll be shocked if it isn't Mickey Housel.
He'll be in. Even if I fix it, he'll be in. I'll just set up like Twitter accounts and vote for him.
You've probably got loads anyway.
I got one.
So the starting lineup at the moment is David Seaman in goal, Noel Luke at right back, Chris Turner at centre back with Adam Dewey at left back, Raoul Sterling on the right and Faz on the left. So we wait for the centre midfielder. Look out for a tweet coming up hopefully tonight or in the next couple of days. So we need to go to the bet of the week. We didn't win it again. We went to both teams to score. We're going to put a poll out tonight.
It was tied between the bet of the week. It was between both teams score, and it was only a few percent. Ostuma score any time.
Yeah, but you owe a quid, mate.
Did I say for him to score? I did say put it on. Him to score, didn't I?
Yeah,
both teams to score, and him to score.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, isn't it? But,
we'll put out a tweet tonight. Remember, it's sponsored by Hedgewed Barbers over in Yaxley. If you want to get your haircut, I think I need to go down there. That is about it. Unless anyone's got anything else you want to talk about. What was it? Just a stat. What did you say about the strikers a minute ago, Alex?
None of our strikers have scored since Northampton away.
It's not good, is it?
Shocking.
Still early in the season, though. So.
Junior scored Saturday. What are you on about?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't count.
Let's have a look. Just before we go, Dan Wood said proper retro T-shirt on Ben. Got to be 25 years old.
Roughly about that, yeah.
How old are you, Alex?
Not 25 years old.
Older than Alex.
Joseph says 7-0 posh shots for goals in the fish.
Oh, that's my mate from my beef who runs a bar out there. He's got the iPhone out there, so.
Has he?
Plays a good game of
Just saying, Steve Coulson owes another £1 into the pot. If you can just read out the word he's just said.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah, that word there.
All right.
You were from the other week, Steve. Mate, you're going to be skinned by this stage. What I'm saying? Don't know.
Oh, so Tiny Broughton has a book out at the moment. It's available in the club shop for $7.99, and I believe Dean Butler also has one out. They're both out there. Come buy copies.
Just one thing here. Steve dealt a club more than Madison than he did against MK. I actually give
That's Steve.
Madison,
That isn't true. Yeah.
I actually give Madison man of the match, but you know the sponsors, who I do believe he was part of, didn't agree with me for a change. So
might be because of 2 for like 3-course meal.
I need to thank Steve actually for inviting me along, and not the rest of the boys. So thanks very much, Steve, for your hospitality on the Tuesday night game. That was much.
Yeah, cheers, Steve. We also appreciate it.
We appreciated you taking him away for a while. Yeah.
Was that the game that I stood outside in the rain or something?
No, anyway, thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to Steve, Serpentine Green, thespicemarket.co.uk, Hedgewed Barbers. Also, make sure you tune in next week of the Posh.
At the Posh.
Yeah.